Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Welcome back to the Fake World Podcast. This is your boy Bobby VILN. I'm back with another video. Hip hop equals degeneracy. The sequel to DaBaby video that I made. The past couple of days since I made that video, DaBaby lost out on a lot of money. He got kicked off of several festivals, Lollapalooza, Day in Vegas, Rolling Loud, I think, and like probably one or two more. He lost endorsements. Some random chick came out and said said that she disowns DaBaby. I think she did like a song with this nigga like last year or some shit like that. Don't really keep up with the shit. I just see it as I go. But yeah, even Questlove chimed in. And you know, DaBaby, he tried to play it off like he wasn't fazed, but apparently he issued another apology. He once you issue that second apology, once you issue apology in general, you phase, family. But I'm just here to say that no, I don't support the comments that he made, but I do support freedom of speech. You do have the right to say whatever you want. You got the right to get whatever you need to get off your chest. But do I necessarily support the AIDS comment or the HIV comment? No. The sucking dick in the parking lot, I thought that was actually funny. I'm not even gonna lie, because it was probably niggas in the parking lot sucking dick. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say nigga. Oh, said it again, whatever. But it hurt watching this man lose all this money off of some comments that he made. I was like, damn, my pockets hurt. My pockets was hurting. I'm like, ooh, bro, you losing out on a lot of money because of this stuff. But it's just because of those comments. But it just proves my theory right that I didn't disclose. That a lot of these people that are in control of these festivals are either part of the Rainbow Coalition, or the Rainbow Coalition is telling them like, yo, like, nah, get them up out of here. That's just how I feel. Like, get him up out of here. And he just ends up losing out on the bag. But the clip that I posted from the Breakfast Club, I thought that was a very good clip. I don't watch the Breakfast Club interviews no more. I used to watch them shits religiously, but I stopped watching them because I felt like they content peaked. But that was a great little snippet right there. And they sat there and they pretty much asked like, yeah, y'all talking about, or not asked, but they basically hinted towards like, yeah, y'all talking about equality, this, that, and the third, and y'all in support of their movement and this, that, and whatnot. But when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to the blatant disrespect towards the black community, and us sitting there talking about gang violence and how how this artist sat there and ran up in somebody's hood, robbed them, shot them, blah, 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 then showed up to that person's eulogy and basically consoled his mother after he didn't sat there and murdered this person. You know, like, it's blatant. It's blatant that they support the destruction and degeneracy that is represented by the black community. And I've said that, I think I've said that before in my What is Black Culture video. I sat there and I stated that hip hop is not our culture. It's not a culture at all. We need to stop claiming that shit. We need to stop claiming hip hop as a culture or black culture. Because at that point, once you start claiming that shit as our culture, you basically saying that the black community or black culture is synonymous with degeneracy, that we support this type of behavior towards our own people. Because like legit, the more popularized hip hop supports misogyny, disrespecting the black woman, but uplifting and glorifying the foreign woman, quote unquote. Um, and they sit there and they promote violence towards one another. That's why I call it Black Klansman music, because like literally we support fucking violence towards our own people. Again, fucking Tupac sat there and said, "I make sure my fofo will make sure all your kids don't grow." Like, nigga, you promoting violence towards fucking towards your own people, especially not necessarily children, but like, yeah, you understand what I'm saying. And that's what these corporations love to profit off of. That's what these corporations love to promote. Degeneracy amongst the black community. They literally took the most minuscule and the smallest fucking corner of our culture and magnified it and expanded it and monetized it for their own good. And all we do is just shuck and jive in front of the camera and receive the crumbs from the piece of pie that they already took out of the whole fucking, pie. You understand what I'm saying? They literally gaffled our whole movement and made it into their culture that we sit there and we try to claim as our culture, but we don't necessarily profit off of this entity or product or anything like that. We don't profit off of this shit. It's not ours, and you really don't want this to be yours, because again, it promotes degeneracy amongst your own people. And what they said was legit. It's just like, who's going to stop this? Because like, you can't say you sit there and these music festivals sit there and say like, yeah, we're in support of equality, this, that, and the third, but you constantly promote this type of rhetoric. Like, if y'all remember, the whole YG situation. Meet the Flockers, off of his first album, song was removed off of all platforms. Spotify to YouTube, removed off of all platforms because he sat during the whole the anti-Asian hate shit. One of the lyrics in the song basically promoted going to a predominantly Asian neighborhood and burglarizing the neighborhood, flocking the houses. That's what flocking means. Burglarizing homes. That's what that shit means. And they stripped that song off of all platforms. And I sat there and I asked, I'm like, yo, if y'all gonna do this, if y'all gonna go to this extent for the Asian community, y'all need to wipe hip-hop out altogether, because what hip-hop represents on a more mainstream level is degeneracy, violence, and misogyny towards the black community, misogyny towards the black woman, objectifying the black woman, violence towards the black man, and just the black community in general, drug use, promoting selling drugs, promoting gang violence. That's exactly what this shit represents. And they're right. Like, y'all not trying to cancel that type of shit, right? Because it brings in the money. And then on top of that, we ain't got no real like social, I wouldn't say social standing, but we ain't got no actual say so in the matter, because again, like, we don't own this product that is called hip hop. We don't own it at all. We just shake our ass to it, gyrate to it, bang the shit in the car. Like, they profit off of people's past traumas, bro. That's really what it is. When it comes to hip hop, people that's not even part of your community, part of your diaspora, took something that you quote unquote created, magnified the negative aspects of your community, and monetized it. Just let that sink in. And then they tell you What you can say, what you can release, what basically it's just another job. It's a glorified job. That's all it is. Yeah, you got some people out there that actually, own their masters. They own their product. They own the shit that they create. And I respect that. Nip was one of those that owned his shit. Nip probably had one of the better from rags to riches stories, next to Master P and a couple of others. But it's not too many of them. It's not too many of them, bro. So it's just like what hip hop promotes is just blatant degeneracy, regardless if it's just what I would call ordinary hip hop, or regardless, not regardless, but compared to fucking Lil Nas X shit. That's degeneracy too. I don't want, we shouldn't even be promoting that shit neither. We shouldn't promote that shit neither. That's why when people sit there and try to say, well, hip hop is our culture, no, it's not. If that's the case, that means you see black culture as nothing but fucking debauchery. That's really what it means to me. That's how I see it. But again, who's gonna change who's gonna change this shit? Who's going to make that push for us to stop making Black Klansman music, and for us to push the push the culture, or push the music into a different direction, in a more positive direction? Probably nobody, because again, this type of content makes the most money. That's just what it is, bro. This type of content makes the most money. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these dudes out here that's trying to come up, or that's bubbling right now, they don't want to push it from this direction to this direction, to a more positive direction. Some of them try it, and it don't necessarily work out. But besides that, thank you for tapping into the Fake Woke Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share my content, please and thank you. And yeah, man, allow freedom of speech to be free. That's all I gotta say. But yeah,